All right, hello everyone. So today is Wednesday. It's a new day. So let's take a look. Now, this is gold from yesterday. Now, remember yesterday with gold, I said we're in a bit of a dilemma because we have a lot of room to come down. All right, we've got a lot of room to come down, but on the interim as well, we could be breaking up. So this was a bit tricky. Now, in the morning, this was a nice buying opportunity, which went right into the Astro hours, as you can see here. Yesterday, I did mention look out for volatility and sudden moves in the market, and then that's your sudden move there in here. Let me just put the Astro hours from today onto here. Just bear with me. Rightio, so I put the hours here, as you can see. Let me just make this a little bigger. There we go. Okay, now this is now, okay, and it's not in the members area, but you don't want to trade this, okay. I just put it on there as a guideline. This is the first Astro hour, but you don't want to muck around with this hour zone here, okay. If you're looking for change, you keep an eye on this hour, which is 8:20 my time, which is pretty much in 5 minutes, so it's not like a big deal. All right, but the change should happen in this zone. All right, so if we're expecting the market to change, it's going to be this is the zone to look out for. All right, which is your first zone. Then the other zone is going to be up here, 120, so you can just follow it through. Now I'm going to get rid of these, because remember, this was the Astro hour yesterday, which took us all the way up there, and then from here just plummeted down. And yesterday I did warn you, we needed to break up and above from these levels, and then I said don't stand in front of it if we break up PST. Okay, having said that, at the Astro hours, as you can see, the market just plummeted down. So that was the news happening. What can you do? That's just how it is. Don't mess with the Astro hours. So this is the weekly. This is not really a surprise for us, though. I did say we're in a bit of a dilemma and we should be selling the highs to push down. Why? Because we've got a lot of room to come down. And I know it looks like it's far away, okay, but this is a zone that the market will want to come back to. Sooner or later, it's going to want to do that. Now, this is a zone where they'll want to pick up and buy a little bit, which is fine. Now, with gold, remember, we've got a swing day happening today. All right, so if the market dips down today, then in the Asia session you might be looking for a way to go up. Today or tomorrow morning is also okay, and yeah, that could pretty much happen later on today. Okay, so if the market does go up, selling again is not a bad idea. Or if the market does not go up but keeps sizzling down a little bit, then we're going to look for the market to buy, because as you can see, this zone is an aggressive buy and this is a fast fall in there, right? So one big fall in there, and then the market wanting to pick up again after a big fall is not a bad idea. Like I said, could happen today or tomorrow morning as well, because we've got in the morning tomorrow, my time, around 8 o'clock, 9:30. From 8 o'clock until 9:30, we've got possibilities of doing that. All right, so tomorrow is also a good option. We'll see how things pan out today. If the market goes back up, you can sell again. If it dips down, this 27 is the first target, which is 1979. So I'm going to put 1979 on there, which is just there. All right, 1979 is always a good PST level to look out for. The HCL one is 1962, and I've got 23 down here, 1958. On the weekly, you can see we've got 47, which is 1983, and that is just down here, which is pretty much done. Okay, 1983 is there. We can still dip into there. If we do, that's the first target on the weekly's PST, and it's not a bad level for the market to pop back up again. Once on the weekly, if we close below here, it's going to close below the swing, then going back up to sell is going to be an option. So we could definitely take a long trade on an intraday trade to get up and then to reverse back down again. Okay, but that's going to be a few days off or next week even. So focusing on this is not a bad idea. So those price levels again, 1979 and no, wait a minute, 27, 1979, 1958. Okay. 1958. We'll keep it on the records. So we'll put it in there, 1958. If the market does go down, we know where we're going. All right. But I would sell if the market goes up. Where? Sell zone, probably going to be around here in this zone. All right. Now on the daily, the goodbye kiss on the PST is way up there, which is 2010, 2012. We're always going to keep that in mind, 2010, 2012, which is up here, and it's fine to do so. If we get up here, selling in this zone is okay. If you take a look at the price, on the price is 2018, okay, which is slightly higher, but it's still in that zone there. So if we, put that 2020 marker up there as well. So this is still a zone where the market can head up to in order to sell. Okay, we should at least get above this daily pivot, I think, to take out stops and then to push back down. Let's take a look at SP 500. Beautiful fall down. Now with the SP 500, remember, we had this level here, and it was an exact Astro hour. Remember the day before yesterday, I marked that level in, and the price touched it at the Astro hour and just kept tumbling down. And this is yesterday, Astro hour, pushing down, retracing, pushing down, retracing, pushing down, all the way into that zone. So what to do? On the weekly, we've got targets down here, as you can see, from 66 to 64. So from 4,911, let's do this. We still have room to come down. 4,911, 4,901 is another target on the weekly. Okay, and we've got 4,915, 4,891. Okay, 4,891. So we've got 11, 15. All right, so into that zone there, 15. 91 is there. All right, pretty much. So we still have a bit of room to come down there. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily, it's done that level there. If we go back up to 62, that's 4,990, 4,000, which is your weekly pivot. So I'm going to get rid of these now. That's the weekly pivot. If we get back up there, that's going to be your sell zone. All right. Let's just refresh. Bang, bang. Okay. And that should happen. All right. So if we pop up there, selling again is an option in order to push a little bit further down. That level 71 is 4,966. And 73 is 4,990. That's 990. 966 is there. All right, so the daily pivot here and the weekly pivot here, they're both okay to sell, okay, at Astro hours. And you want to do them in the New York session, like I said, possibly around the 5 p.m. my time, or the 7:25, 8 p.m. my time. Euro dollar. Now, yesterday I did say this is like an impulse wave flag formation. So coming down is also okay with this one. And remember, with the euro dollar, we should be coming back here. I said this is the first wave, and we should have an A, B, C down. All right. That's on the weekly as well. So since we've been up here, we've been just selling off. We should break below that. So the downwards trend is continuing down, and we should keep following it actually. If I do this, let's do that. and tighten this up a little bit. Okay, you can see where we're supposed to get to. There. Right, so this zone is on the cards for us. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang. Let's just do this. Correct. So this will be the zone. All right, so we should come back all the way in there. And if you take that from a weekly perspective and just draw your retracement on the daily, that should bring us right in there. All right, so we should dip down here. I know it's a bit far out, but it's what it looks like to me. Okay, we'll see how things pan out. The important thing is that we're going to break below this. The market should fill in gaps. If it doesn't fill in this gap and starts buying, I will be surprised. But in any case, we should get to this zone between the 50 and the 38. We should get in there. Okay, and we'll see how things pan out from there. All right. In the meantime, so what are you going to do with the euro dollar? If we go back up, selling is okay. Where? Well, no selling around here, obviously. 0780, 42, 0766. That's the weekly pivot there. But I'd start considering at 0756. So 56, 66 is a kill zone. All right, so if it comes up there, you just want to be kind of like taking it down. The market should go above this. You should at least get to the daily pivot if you're planning on buying from around here. All right, to go up there, which should give you ample cover on the trade. All right, so this is also, like I said, 0715 here. This is also where the Astro hours are starting today. All right, there is 8:59:05. It's 8:05 on the platform, and just 9:40, which is 8:40 on the platform. So these are the first hours where the market should be looking for change. All right, let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Now remember, the indices are going together, and if you look at your swing days, right, which I posted on Monday, SP 500 was Tuesday, Dow Jones, Nasdaq Wednesday. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. That's your Nasdaq here, as you can see all the way down. Now, yesterday I did say if the market pulls back down, okay, this is where it's going to pull back down to, and it's gone beyond that, as you can see. If you put your Astro hours in from yesterday, that should be where the market kind of like retraced up into and then sold off maybe, yeah, around here, okay? And that's basically falling all the way back into the Astro hour, which should be that one actually, there, and then going into the closing. And then you know the drill from there, right? The market just going down. If you put your Astro hours from yesterday, it'll be the same thing like on the SP 500. All right. So what to do with the Nasdaq? Now, that's a good fall down. As you can see, we've got room to go down on the weekly, which could take us down to 17,251. So we can do 17,251 all the way down there, 17,251. All right, so we've got potential to come down here. We've got 17,246, which is pretty damn close there. So I won't draw another line. That'll be a target there. If we go back up again, I think selling is not a bad idea. On the daily, how should we retrace? You could come all the way up to 17, 1830. Why? Because if we want to close the gap, 17, 1830 is going to be there. Okay, which is pretty much on the weekly, and it should go above this to clean up the stops and then sell off, right? So it's not a bad zone. This is also where the manipulation on the 15-minute is. Let me just turn this into a 1 hour to see if we can spot something there. No, so that zone is okay to sell. Let's do this. This will be a kill zone. All right. So if the market does pop up, again, selling here is okay to do so. Now you can see it broke the low off. That's Tuesday, that's Monday. So it's well below Friday. And it has also, if you think about it, it's Thursday there. So this zone is still for us to break, as you can see. If the market comes up into the daily pivot and sells off, or up here to sell off, I think it's okay to take a sell trade in that zone. So this is okay to sell. This is also okay to sell, in my opinion. Let's turn this into a 15-minute chart again. Okay. And then your zone, according to this chart, is going to be here. Okay, which you can actually include the weekly there as well. So if we go up, we can sell down. As you can see, we've got a bit more room. That HCL1 is 17,454. And that'll be your first target, 17,454. Pretty much there. It's pretty much done it here, as you can see. So, pretty much on the dot. But this is a nice breakdown. If the market does go back up, we might want to sell. If you want to buy, because the trend is going up, you're fine to do so as well. Because if you think about it, this is also the last manipulation, isn't it? So from here as well, the market might want to push up. What can you do? You can do this. If the market comes down to those levels, okay, like the low of here, then it's still okay. I think you can buy the lows as well. Now, NASDAQ, swing day for NASDAQ, like I said, is a Wednesday, Thursday. So if we have a dip on a Wednesday or Thursday, going up from the lows is not a bad idea. And that goes for all of them. Okay, because if we're at a swing day and the market's like coming down, and if we're at a decent level where the market is like, in a support resistance zone, if you're buying obviously support and demand zone or whatever, or even your Fibonacci retracement, you're good to go long as well. Because at the end of the day, this is the leg up, right? So coming down to the 38 zone is a discount zone. So the market wanting to go back up again is also normal and natural. So also buying the lows at Astro Hours to go up is fine for all the indices. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Also nice. It's done the targets there as well. Not all of them. Still a bit of room to come down, but that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Let's take a look at the weekly. Also on the weekly, we've got maybe just one more dip down here, which is what's that one? 66, maybe 37,934, 37,934, maybe. All right, maybe we'll dip down here as well. It's not fun. It's not a bad thing. Once again, on this, you can also take the swing day to go long from the lows. I don't think it's a bad idea. All right. I'll just keep this level here again because that zone is going to be a sell zone. And this is also going to be a place where the market will want to sell as well. So then that will also become a target, isn't it? If they want to sell at those levels, then this will be a target as well. So if you want to go long at the lows to push up, it's doable. On the indices, until we get to a sell level, you need to cover the trade on the daily. That's where they sold yesterday. You'll get some sell reaction here probably, and then go up to there. This is also a good sell zone. if it'll clean out the stops, fill in the gap as well. And that's basically it. The low of that is 38,623, 38,623, which is there. All right. So this is also a zone which you can take for a sell zone. Now be careful here for sudden moves because of the gap. Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, as you know, I wouldn't be buying around here because it's a sell zone. So if you are a buyer, I did say yesterday, if you want to buy, you need to wait for the market to come back. If you waited for the market to come back into this zone to buy, you should have been okay. Up there, I said it's still a sell area. Why? Because of the monthly, right? Monthly. That's still a target. So if the market wants to go up, it's fine. But this 69.27.16 is a pretty good resistance because it's on the PST, it's on the monthly. So this 49.280.114, 49.280.114 is already done, as you can see. So the market's already kind of gone above that. So for me, like I said, it's not worth buying the tops. But if I don't intraday do crypto anyway, okay, I don't do crypto trading. The only time I will buy this and keep this is if we come back down to fill in the gaps. So the market should at least come back to here, okay, and that's that, and even below, okay, because you see we've got this huge zones to cover here, okay, and the market should fill them up. Sooner or later, we will have to come back down here. All right, so we'll see how that pans out. But with Bitcoin, like I said, the top zones are sell zones. The market still has a bit of potential to go into the 53,369, and then maybe it'll come back down. This is a bit too steep. It's going up too much. For what reason, I don't know. But it's done the PSDs, so there's no way I'm buying the tops if I was a trader on Bitcoin in any case. So be mindful around here. If you want to buy, wait for the pullback. This is a good breakout, which could take the market higher on the PSD. So waiting for the market to dip down in order to go up is a better option.